Hello and welcome to a little video tour for this Seiko. This is part of my kinetic collection, and I'm deciding to let it go. It's simply not getting used enough, and I fitted a new capacitor back in June 2022, so the capacitor's all good. You'll see in the pictures of the back off and the new capacitor being fitted, original Seiko one. So it should give this watch about 7 years, maybe a bit more in lifespan, as long as it's wound and kept up and running. But it does have some nifty tricks. We'll go into that in a second. So what have we got then? Well, we've got a watch and a little generic presentation box with a pillow inside. Just really for shipping, but it does give it something to sit in. The watch itself, this is a kinetic version with a 5J22A movement, and I think it's a X013 case. I would imagine it dates from the 80s, 1980, 80s, something around that area, maybe early 90s. Do your homework on it if you're really interested in its date of manufacture. But it is a rare piece, and it is the auto relay, which basically means that the watch will go to sleep. Excuse me. So if you leave it in on the shelf, it basically just stops, and it doesn't keep ticking or the hands moving, etc. And what that does is it preserves the battery or capacitor, as it's known. It's like a watch battery, but it's called a capacitor. They're quite expensive. They're about 15-20 quid, the capacitors. So this watch will go to sleep. When you pick it up and it senses movement, it basically starts rotating, and the hands, I don't think the date auto rotates, but the hands will move around. Actually, I think the date might do, but the hands will move around and get back to the original date. So it's a quartz movement, and it has a rotor which spins in the back, and I'll just give it a spin. So that is the rotor that spins a generator that charges the capacitor, and some have a power reserve, but not on this particular style. But you'll see on my other kinetics for sale, they have some have a power reserve, which is quite nice. You press it and the the second hand moves around to denote the power reserve, but this doesn't have it. It's just got the standard crown. So the crown pulls out, and then that enables you to be able to set the time, and then position 1 and 2 for setting the date. So the date window is quite small, and it's there. I believe it's a hardlex crystal, and there is a scratch to the 6 o'clock position. It's pretty minor, but overall the watch, I would give it a good sort of 8 out of 10 in overall condition. It does look pretty clean and tidy. It's not tarnished really. It's had a scrub and to get any debris off of it, so it's in nice clean condition. There's a scratch, and you'll see this more on the pictures I've taken, but there's a scratch there at the 12 on the case watch head, and I think there's another one around somewhere there, very minor, but just at a glance it looks really clean and bright. The dial's nice and good. There is some lume pips and the hands, but the lume dies off pretty quickly because of the age of the watch. It does have a very nice embossed Seiko logo just there as well, and there is some weight to this watch. It's not light, it's not that heavy, but it's certainly not titanium light, and it has this very interesting yellow endoskeleton type band, which is sort of a resin band, and then brushed stainless steel exoskeleton, and a yellow keeper which is in good order, and so you get this yellow contrast with the black, and overall very nice. Seiko Kinetic Auto Relay is quite a rare piece, this. The buckle again with Seiko on the brushed buckle there, and I've stated the sort of dimensions of it, but I think it's around about I would say around 39, something like that. I've got a set of calipers to hand actually. Yeah, it's 40.3 including the crown, but the actual dial is just about 30. But the lug to lug is relatively wide. It's 45, so probably minimum 16 centimeter wrist, I would have thought. 16 centimeter, yeah, but it does go up to 22 centimeters on the band. So if you're a collector of these pieces, or you just want something with this style and era, this would make a very pleasant watch. And as I say, perfect timekeeping with quartz and the rotating charging mechanical motor inside to keep it going. So it's an interesting piece, and I hope it would make somebody a nice item for their either daily or watch collection. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.